Hey there, you guys. So it's time for me to make another video about what I think about the state of Tarkov since we've finished Kappa again. We got our Axel right here, and that is the last thing we had to kill. Random dude, but we opened Violet and got our last Axel, and that's the last thing that we needed for Kappa, and so we're on the collector quest already. But I haven't played Tarkov in 3 years because that Wiggle video, and there was just really bad cheating. I mean, anyone who plays FPS like me, it's just gets boring. It's the same reason I quit Counter Strike. So the engine updated. I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try, and I waited about 2 months into the wipe to start. So I'm about just roughly around 8 weeks into the wipe, a little bit before 8 weeks. I guess it'd be 8 weeks this Friday, but we managed to pull off Kappa. So let's hand it in defense here. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this wipe. I think my favorite part of this wipe and my favorite part of coming back to the game and getting Kappa was the founded raid hideout. And I know some people don't really like that, but I didn't do a lot of streets, and I've done some of the transits. I probably did 20 or 30 more quests than are required for Kappa. I probably could have gotten Kappa 2 weeks ago. Knowing what's changed, last time I did it, you had to go and do the capturing outposts quests. You had to do like, the killing people on woods without body armor. There was a bunch of stuff that was required that is now not required anymore. And there's the whole Lightkeeper quest line that we're doing on stream. So I've been just doing it all on stream. Um, and so, as is tradition, when I get Kappa, I like to give my opinions, and I think the cultist circle is really cool as well. There's just a lot of cool stuff that they've done with the game in the 3 years that I haven't played. I like all the map updates. Like let's just give a quick tour. So Kappa's done. We were around 57. I'm sure we could have gotten it a little bit earlier. Our strength didn't hit elite. Our endurance didn't hit elite. Prior wipes, I would have hit elite, endurance, strength, and even health. So this feels changed, probably for the better. There's quests that give plus skills now, which I think are great, but you can tell that some stuff is just it just doesn't level. Like mag drills, like what does mag drills even do? Like I try to unload stuff all the time. It just clearly doesn't scale. It probably needs to level 3 times faster. This should be at least probably 20 or 25 for me or something like that. Same with vests. I'm constantly repairing and crafting. Hideout management's gonna hit elite next. I don't know what mastery does. Probably still not a lot has changed, but I saw recoil control got removed from the game. Our overall stats, I guess, a 60% survival rate, but I think that this has always been really corny and doesn't matter at all. It's not reflective of skill in the game because a lot of the quests are actually W key. So I think, yeah, it's about 800 raids on this guy. And my scav I just used as a loot battery to kind of like just grab stuff out of factory for the hideout, because found in raid hideout, you need a lot of toolboxes now. You need hundreds of lights and bolts and metal parts and stuff. So the PMC stats, it's really probably more realistically a 50% survival, just because there's so much just W keying of quests where it's like, well, die, run to it again, die, run to it again, die, run to it again. There's no real reason to like creep around, etc. So I mean, that's why I think I even have a lot of run throughs on this one, because I was just like, sometimes I was like, this spawn is shit. I'm just going to reset. What the fuck is the point? There's no point in role playing around stats. The stats are meaningless. All that matters is your skills in the game and your ability to effectively PvP. So, um, you know, Kappa's kind of proof that you can get quests done. I didn't think Shooterborn was very hard now. I actually enjoyed Shooterborn. I had a bunch of fun with the devil. Anyone who saw me on stream, it was like one of the first quests I did. I was a Mosin man and then I was a devil man, and I did almost all my Shooterborns first because I was actually enjoying just playing with the devil and the fact that I don't have to camp such long range kills anymore. But some of the quests were obnoxious, like having to kill 20 players multiple times on Lighthouse and various obnoxious guns, or using an SMG on streets when, I don't know, streets still isn't growing on me. It's kind of like a quest map to me. I don't find it particularly fun. I do enjoy customs though. I think customs has become a really amazing map with all the expansions and changes. I don't really like woods. I think shoreline has that new area that's kind of like on an island where you just get shot running on the field over to it. Don't really like the terrain, seems super boring. Super boring addition to shoreline. Lighthouse, I think, needs a total rework. I don't like Lighthouse at all. I'm a bear as well, so I can kill people. Oh, as is tradition, we should probably look at the junk boxes. So I had 6, but I vended them all because I don't need them anymore. But we're collecting Bitcoin, as is tradition. We've got, you know, our usual stuff, grenades and ammo and stuff like that. Feel free to pause if you want to see some key stuff that we've done, various packs, all that. Money box, keys box, drugs, melanin, you know, etc. Nothing too exciting here. My BP that I'm crafting, my M61 I'm crafting. And then down here we've got, you know, guns. I think I'm going to be using the X17 a lot and these Mark 17s. So I've been kind of stashing up on T5s and T6 armors, and just recently tonight started building the mutant. And so we'll try that out. We'll try the MDR. I've already fallen in love with the MP7 now with the recoil changes. It's just nuts. Not really a fan of the SR25. I'm curious to give the SA58 a try again, but I have a feeling that the X17 or the Mark 17, these things are going to win out compared to it. Just meta's changed. And then there's like the M4 stuff. So this is an M4 I stole from some guy. And then we'll go look at the hideout. But yeah, it's like, you know, the usual backpack stack of stuff. You've already seen that crap. It's not interesting. The partisan bags are cool now. You can put stuff inside of them. So I was just like collecting Altons and night vision helmets and stuff like that, and Tagilla helmets and more night vision and all that. I noticed on the night vision quest, I just kept gaining more and more night vision. So, you know, we plant bullets in people's heads and it grows into loot, and that's how Tarkov is in most shooters. So let's look at the hideout real quick, because we also built the whole hideout, and that'll finish the tour. And yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to next wipe. So we're getting physical buffs here. We've got the full Bitcoin farm, even though people were like, oh, it's so tough, it's found in raid. Dude, I like blasted this shit. This was no problem. Found in raid. I actually liked the fact that instead of learning how to farm the most money in the game, I actually had to learn where the things spawn so that I could go get them and then leave the map. And that was really cool. Instead of just farming LEDX like, you know, prior iterations of the game, just farm money, buy it on the auction house. Very boring style to just go get money, auction house, go get money, auction house. So I like that. I was like, wow, where the fuck do aces spawn? They used to spawn on reserve when I used to play. Not anymore. Now they spawn on Lighthouse. You can get them very reliably on Lighthouse and almost never on any other map. You can get them on Labs as well, I guess. And I guess this new Labyrinth event, but that video is not about that. You basically just keep the whole thing cracking, and then I put all the Kappa items on this guy, and I'm keeping SVDs because I think I have another quest to turn in like 4 SVDs, and carrying high-end helmets and pieces of the goons, you know, Big Pipe's pipe, and Death Knight's mask and one of his guns and whatever else. Just stuff that I found. Like, I thought this was kind of cool. It uses a ton of materials though. And then, you know, your generators, your gym. Gym is cool. And you know, you just build out all this stuff, and you know, I just sit here and have it crafting good old BP. Nothing's changed in 3 years with regards to BP, it seems. But hideout management's crazy now. Look at this fuel consumption reduction, minus 71.5% fuel. So safe to say the hideout gets crazy, and what, probably another week or two, it will hit elite hideout management, so it'll get even better. There's a lot of compounding, stacking buffs in the game now that you don't really notice when you prestige the character, which I think we're allowed to prestige. Conditions not met. Oh, I don't have enough money on me right now, I guess. Okay, yeah. I bought 2 thick cases today, you know, to organize things better. But yeah, the other cool thing about the hideout is it lets you customize now based on like certain quests you do. So that's how I have like some of these other things, but I got this nice English herringbone. And then, you know, various ceilings, and you can get targets for target practice. And then there's even posters in the gym. So like this one is something later boss defeated. This is from the event. You know, you kill the boss, you turn in the quest. So you can get posters and stuff. You can just buy them on the auction house. I didn't really put up posters because I kind of feel like I'm going to put them up as I find them. All my posters are found in raid, and I don't really look for posters in the game. So I think this is another thing that should all be found in raid. The same goes for the trophy rack, the Hall of Fame. I don't see a good reason that you're allowed to take the Hall of Fame trophy rack and all of this can be like stuff you search. Like you see the check mark next to mine. Mine's all found and raided. I found and raided the whole hideout just because that's the theme. And then the other cool part is you can set trophies around your base everywhere. So what did I do? I just set Bitcoin on everything. Little Bitcoins on all the shelves and all the trophy areas. So yeah, at every single slot that could take a Bitcoin in the hideout, I put a Bitcoin, just because, you know, I got that one video selling like, you know, 500 Bitcoin in Tarkov, and so we'll keep the Bitcoin tradition going and all that. And I think I can even put my Kappa into the cultist circle and get something out of it, but I don't really know, and we're not going to do that right now. So keep it short and sweet. But I enjoyed Tarkov after a 3-year break. I think it was a much needed break, and I'm glad to see the game improving, and I think it's the best version yet, and it will only get better. And I look forward to them enabling TPM and actually locking down the anti-cheat and doing some stuff like Riot Valorant has. I mean, it's safe to say Tarkov is an enthusiast game at this point. And as an enthusiast game, I think you can ask enthusiast things of the community, especially the community that really doesn't want to deal with cheating. Do all the TPM stuff that Valorant does. Like, who cares if people are on Windows 10 and Windows 7? It shouldn't be supported anyways. So stop supporting any of that crap. Recognize people are playing your game on multi-$1,000 computers. I mean, average Tarkov gamer is probably in like a $2 to $3 grand PC at this point. You should enable TPM. There's no reason not to. Otherwise, it's a lot of fun. Hands down the best shooter, looter, adventure game on the market. The bosses are great now. I didn't feel like the goons beamed me. There was even a night I killed the goons 5 times in a row. Been mopping up Rashala, killed all the guards. I killed Vengeful Killa and Tagilla tonight with headshots with the mutant. I just feel like I don't think I got better at the game. I think it's just a lot of subtle improvements. Enemies don't shoot you through bushes anymore. It's just like every day is going to be the worst for Tarkov at this point, because like all of their new improvements are going to make the game so much better. You'll look back at this and be like, wow, it improved so much since even this video came out. So it's April. It's April, like, you know, 17th, 2025. And, it's about midnight. It's late. I'm tired. But Kappa's done. And I look forward to playing this weekend. And we'll do the rest of the Lightkeeper. We'll do the whole quest line this time. I still need to learn more streets, more than just escaping the map. I need to do some of those quests. They weren't Kappa required, so I was kind of like, we'll get Kappa. We'll get the main bulk of stuff. We'll see how our stats are. And then we'll continue the adventure, and we'll find out what meta guns we like and what ammo. And we'll get the new flow of Tarkov, because a lot has changed. So if you haven't played Tarkov in a while, well, you can check out some of my VODs from it, and maybe I'll clip together some of my best stuff. But otherwise, I think the next video is going to be a dark and darker video with a ton of old footage from like 4 months ago that I want to delete off my hard drive. So the Kappa video will go up though. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed seeing me get Kappa, you know, still got it, even though we're getting older. It'll be no problem. I'm not going to do any prestige shenanigans. I'm not an idiot. I'd rather have my overpowered skills, passive skills. All right. See you in the fucking dungeon.